Welcome to Coffee Talk. I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba. This is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Peace. And welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast Show. And I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba. And this is our Cultural Variety Podcast Show, Thursday night edition. How y'all doing tonight? You know it has to be something special, right? It has to be something special if we dropping in on a Thursday. We always love to drop in on a Thursday because we're giving you great flavor on Thursdays. And Thursday's not a typical night for us. We only do it when we got something special, when we got something to put in the coffee, and we got something that's real flavorful. You know what I'm talking about? But welcome to the show, Coffee Talk Podcast. We got a great show lined up for tonight. And tonight is all hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to definitely play this episode all throughout the weekend. If you definitely want to check that out. So what that means is that we won't have a show for Saturday, which we usually do the Grown Folks Social Hour. But when we have a guest in, we want to give our guest the undivided attention. So we're doing it on a Thursday. We're going to let the podcast play all weekend, of course, because we definitely want all our viewers and supporters to not miss our show. So again, this is a great show for tonight. We're talking hip hop, and you know I'm a firm critic, AR critic in my community, the Twin Cities, and you know I let people know if it's bumping, if it's not bumping. Do y'all still use that word, bumping? Y'all still use that word, but yeah, man. I'm thinking about our guest tonight. You know, I've been knowing him for some years, and I've been sitting back, you know, just watching his music, man. He has a great album, so we're definitely going to be talking about that tonight. This is Coffee Talk Podcast, a Cultural Variety Podcast Show, and if this is your first time appearing, or I should say, if this is your first time viewing our show, we like to appear 3 days a week. We like to appear either on an alternate Sunday, Monday night, which we call Cultural Studies, where we give props to our people, our lawyers, our doctors, our scholars, our people. We even read poems, we read paragraphs out of books, and we just try to enlighten you on Sunday, Monday nights. Wednesday is our sports edition, but we're not like your average sports show. We don't really care about who won or lost the game. But what we like to do is give you the different intricacies that's going on behind the scenes in the world of sports. And also on Friday, Saturday nights, we like to call that the social hour. So what we like to do is get together with friends, family, associates, colleagues. We like to play the 10-question Q&A game. And we also like to have guests and so forth. But tonight, I got a great guest for you out of the hip hop world, which is, you know, this is what we are. We're a hip hop show, an intellectual hip hop show. So welcome to Coffee Talk. Now listen, I'm waiting for a lot of people to tune on in, as you can see. Definitely waiting for my guest, and he should be appearing pretty soon here. I'm gonna go ahead and send him, check him out, see how he's doing. Just give me one moment. Okay. Give me one moment. I do apologize for that. One moment. So what I'm going to do, people, before we get our guest in here for tonight, I'm going to go ahead and give you all just a 30-second commercial break. With this 30-second commercial break, take the time to go ahead and pour yourself something nice. Go ahead and pour yourself some wine, some water, some cappuccino, some coffee, whatever you do. But go ahead, and I'm going to give you a 30-second commercial break as I get ready to talk to our guests and get us ready for our show tonight. So with that being said, I'll see you in about 30 seconds here. All right? All right. All right, welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast. I am your host, Mishuma Saba, M. Saba, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast show. All right. So before we go into our show tonight, on a scale of 1 through 10, let me know how your day's been. Go ahead and let me know, with 1 being at the lowest point. I kind of don't like saying 1 being at the lowest point, because in my world and my nation, 1 would be at the top. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, just for our viewers here, we're going to just go 1 through 10. You know, I can't be so sensitive about that. But 1 through 10, 1 being your lowest, 10 being your highest. Let me know how you feel tonight on a scale of 1 through 10. And I also want you to know that here at Coffee Talk Podcast, we just want to inspire you. We just want to help you heal. We just want to motivate you. We just want to continue to make sure that you are getting great quality care when you come here to Coffee Talk Podcast. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty, so I do apologize to that. But at the same time, it gives us more time for you, the viewers, to just come on, pop on in. We're trying to get our artists in the studio now. And, just give me a second. Again, this is live podcasting. So, this happens sometimes in live podcasting. And I'll take a little bit of the heat for that because, I should have probably reached out a little bit an hour before to make sure that we get our artists into the studio. But you know what they say in business, in the world of entertainment: if you're on time, you're late. So let's go ahead and make sure that we get God in here. Let me just try this one more time to get this link over. Okay. Part of being a guest on our show and coming into our studio is you have to be using Chrome app, which happens to work a little bit more effectively when we getting you here on as a guest on the show. But I'm talking to our guests now. Let me know how y'all doing today, though. Let me know on a scale of 1 through 10 how you feel. Let me know how your day went. All you have to do is leave a comment. Go ahead and hit the share button. Share with your friends, your family. And definitely make sure you subscribe. Okay, he's having just a little bit of trouble. All right. It's been a beautiful day today. It's still cold. And, make sure that you got the heat on. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all like to have the fan blowing in the winter. You know what I mean? I don't know. It depends, man. If I'm somewhere And there's a lot of covers on the bed, man. I definitely would have to have something cool, a fan on it or something. But I don't like to do the thick ass wool covers and all that type of stuff like that. Body heat is the best heat. But yeah, man. Let me know how y'all's day going. This is Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast show. We're gonna go ahead and give our artists a few more minutes here to link in. I'm getting reports that he's having trouble linking in. And let's see. We're going to have to try some. But yes, it's chilly here in the Twin Cities right now, man. And I have to applaud some of you people that love to go out every weekend in this wintry cold. I swear. I was offered to go out a couple times in the next week or so. And that's just something I don't do, man. I'm not going out just to party with a bunch of people. I'm really one of those dudes that I like intimate partying. And I'm not saying intimate, you got to clarify these days, not intimate as in sexual, but I like intimate where it's just a couple people, we either in a party room or we in a type of suite or we in somebody's home or something, and we all just enjoying ourselves, enjoying good music, enjoying good conversation and laughter. That's what I'm really into. I'm not really into going out and being at the club. Like for what? You're at a club with a bunch of people that don't like one another. You're at a club with a bunch of people that's fronting. You at a club with a bunch of women that think they better than what they are. It's just a lot of bullshit in the clubs and the bars these days. And there's just no mental stimulation in there. And if I'm gonna spend my time having a little casual drink, because I'm a social drinker, I don't really drink. But if I'm gonna do that, man, I need to be in some good space. You know what I'm saying? I need to be around some positivity. All that sitting around a bunch of people mean mugging and all that type of stuff. That's just that's so behind me, in this day and time. I love beautiful women and I love beautiful people. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. So you might not catch me at the party spots. Okay. Um, all right. So what we did here is give me 1 second, people. Give me one moment. All right. So listen, this is what we're going to do here at Coffee Talk Podcast. We're going to go ahead and apologize to our viewers. We don't rarely do this. Usually we are ready and set to go, as you know, because we love to bring you great quality. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go ahead and just end the show. I do apologize. We were having trouble getting the artists in, and I would rather do it virtually versus just have his voice on a cell phone. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. But I'll tell you this: continue to support the show and understand that this is live podcasting. We do have the ability to record prior to, and so I do apologize as producer, director, writer, and CEO of the Coffee Talk brand that we went ahead and tried to do this show tonight, and it didn't turn out well. So I do apologize to to our supporters and our viewers. We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to leave y'all with this, though, because here at Coffee Talk Podcast, we always leave you with some wise words. So these wise words for tonight is from a world-renowned Baptist minister, activist, one of our ancestors, very, very wise and important brother that influenced the whole world. Tonight's wise words is from no other than Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was born January 15th, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. And he went to the Essence April 4th, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee. Reverend Martin Luther King said this. He stated, "The time is always right to do what is right." I'm going to say that one more time. The time is always right to do what is right. So y'all go ahead and take that with y'all tonight. Let that marinate. And thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk Podcast. I'm going to hit you with the universal peace sign, and we're going to try to get y'all together for this Saturday as we do, being that we had the hiccups that we had tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Coffee Talk Podcast. Peace.